Okay, so the last video I figured out how to calculate the nearest enemy and to set the nearest enemy. Now I'm going to figure out how to rotate to the nearest enemy and slash. So first, in the attack function that's being triggered in the update, this is constantly being triggered. Right now I have the whenever the button is pressed, the attack button, then there's a sword slash, as well as like the colliders are enabled, and then disabled. But this is only if there's no. I'm going to make it so that this only happens if there's no robots. So if there is a robot, then I want him to rotate. If there's no robots, then he just slashes based on wherever he's facing. So first, in this function, I'm going to create a bool, a float called how many robots and how many robots is going to be equal to all robots dot length. So if there happens to be 4 robots on the scene, then it's going to be set into this variable here. So all this stuff here, when the button is pressed, this only happens if how many robots is greater than 0. Else if how many robots how many robots is smaller or equal to 0. If there's no robots, if there are robots, if it's greater than 0, then I'm going to start coroutine, and I'm going to call it slash after rotate. And outside of this, I'm going to create an Actually, I'll just copy and paste this. Slash after rotate. Oops. After say 0.2 seconds, I'll do the set trigger. The reason is whenever, let's just say in the animator, let's just say he rotates to a certain direction, then he needs time to rotate first before he slashes. So I can't set the sword slash and the direction variables at the same time. He has to rotate first and then slash. So I'm going to give him a little bit of time, about 0.2 seconds, and then he's going to slash. So that's going to happen right away whenever the button is pressed and how many robots is greater than 0. Right after that, I also need to calculate the rotation. So vector 2 direction equals transform dot position of the player minus nearest robot dot transform dot position and float angle equals math f dot 8 atan 2, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, atan2 direction dot x direction dot y times math f dot rad to deg, I don't know what that means. So for the first, actually I'm going to reverse this. So it's instead of the player minus the nearest robot, it's going to be the nearest robot minus the player. So I'm going to reverse that. I think that's correct. And here I'm going to code based on what the angle is. So if the angle is greater than 157 and angle is smaller or equal to 180, then which direction equals 1, which is a variable that I have to set according to where he's facing. If you don't know, in previous videos, you can it shows where I use this variable. Slash collider 1 is set active, and that collider is what deals damage to the robots. I'm going to start just copy and paste start coroutine disable collider. So after I think 1 second, these colliders get disabled because they can't be on forever. And animator dot set animator dot set integer which direction 1. So it turns to this direction, and then after the this coroutine, it slashes after it rotates. So I'll just quickly explain where I got these numbers, 157. So if this is the up and down, left and right, 45 degrees like this, I can't use those angles because they have to be between these angles here. So instead of 45, I'm using 25 to minus 22.5. So if you don't know, in Unity, it goes from 0 to positive 180, and then 0 to negative 180 if you rotate left. So right now, the direction 1, which is south, is between minus 157.5 and minus 157.5 and minus 157.5. So I'm just going to copy and paste all these conditions from the robot because it has very similar conditions. let's go and copy, paste, but I'm just going to get rid of all these contents. While I do, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste all this into all here and change all the values. So I'll just time lapse that. Okay, so as you can see, if they're all within their respective angles from direction 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it sets the which direction flow to whatever the number is. It sets active the corresponding collider, starts the coroutine, and sets the integer to whatever the which direction value is. So if I go into the editor and hit play now, so if I'm all the way over here, even though I'm facing all the way to the left, all I have to do is press the attack button and then he'll rotate and slash. So if I'm facing up and I want to slash that robot, press it once, press the button, and then he rotates and slashes. Now that there's no robots, if I press the attack button, he only attacks wherever he's facing. Okay, so that's all I want to do for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and please be on the lookout for more videos. Okay, thanks.